Hi everyone! Today I'm going to be showing you how I self-finish a needlepoint luggage tag using these 3M self-finishing luggage tags we have available on our website, magnolianeedlepoint.com. So the salt one was one I finished earlier, and I'm going to be demonstrating using the pepper house. So first thing you want to do is cut out around the perimeter of your design. If you're curious, these designs are 2 inches by 3 inches, which is the same size as the insert size on the luggage tag. And I'm cutting out around the canvas, the whole perimeter, about 2 rows around the canvas. I find that this is a good amount of space to have enough extra to tuck in without your needlepoint project unraveling, but 3 felt a little bit bulky when I did it earlier. So I prefer 2, but you can totally go off of your personal preference for this. Like I said, I did use 3 rows when I finished the salt house, and I thought that worked fine. The only thing I would avoid is 1 row. 1 row I think is a little bit too close and could potentially lead to your needlepoint project unraveling, so I would keep it at 2. Now that I have the design cut out, oh, and I used these scissors. I will pop the brand name up on the screen, but I love them. They're so sharp. So now that I have the needlepoint cut out, I'm going to be scoring the 3M adhesive on the luggage tag. And by scoring, I'm basically taking a pair of scissors and then pressing down onto the tag. This is going to allow me to be able to peel up the sticky paper easier. So you can see here I'm peeling up the sticky paper, and I'm going to make sure that I get all of it off. So there is some paper like underneath the edges of the design because it's sticky under there too, and you want to make sure that you peel that off so that the sticky is exposed throughout the whole entire luggage tag. Now I have that peeled off, the sticky part is exposed, and I'm going to line up my pepper house. So here I am lining it up. You want to get it as close as possible because this is not a step that you can really redo since you're attaching it to an adhesive. Like I said, it's like 2 inches by 3 inches, and I feel like it lined up literally perfectly on both sides. So I lined it all up, and I'm pressing down on the center portion here. And now I'm about to begin tucking the design underneath the edges of the tag. I find it easiest to tuck in the perimeter sides, so like the top, the bottom, and the 2 sides before doing the corners. And here I am checking to see how the lineup looks on it. Now I'm going to tuck in that bottom side. And again, looking and seeing how it lines up, and I'm really pleased with that lineup there. I'm going to move over to the other side and tuck it in, and sometimes you might have to fidget around or play with it a little bit more, but you can see here on the edge of the tag you can pull it up and then push your canvas underneath it a little bit. So that way the edges, the 2 rows that you left on the outside, are covered by the lining of the edge of the tag. And that lined up really well. You can see there's an extra little piece of canvas there woven from the string. I just pulled it off. Um, I don't know if I did it here or maybe later in the video, but I think once it's attached to the adhesive, you're good to peel any strings like that. If you would prefer, you can always use a blunt edged object like some tweezers and push it under. I just prefer to pull it. I think it's easier. And now I'm going to be tucking in the corner, or sorry, the side of the last side of the canvas. And I'm just kind of playing around with it, trying to make it fit, pulling the edge up, and then tucking it underneath. So we got that lined up pretty good. I'm very happy with how it's looking, and there I am peeling off a little piece of canvas that unraveled on that side. But since it's underneath, it's all good. And then these are a pair of tweezers that I usually use for projects like this. I like to use tweezers to kind of push in the corners. I find that the corners are, in my opinion, the most difficult part of a self-finishing project, just because they're kind of hard to push underneath sometimes. So using a pair of tweezers, or like the end of maybe another object, like maybe a butter knife or something, can help you kind of get that flat finish into the corner of your design. So there we have a finished corner. I saw a little piece of canvas hanging out, so I'm gonna go back in and tuck that in. And I'm really happy with the way that corner looks. I'm gonna move on and do my next corner. Again, you can see there's like a good amount of space underneath the lips or the edges where you can kind of mess around and push stuff underneath. I do think there's a little bit less wiggle room on the bottom of the design, but it still went under very easily. And there's another piece of the canvas I was telling you guys about that I just pull off as I go if it surfaces on the front after I've already pushed the design in, the needlepoint project in. And here we are again, pushing in the last corner. So yeah, there is my finished pepper luggage tag. I'm just going to go through, kind of double check, make sure everything looks lined up and is pushed underneath the edges of the project. But I had a lot of fun finishing this. This is real time, so all in all, it took me about 6 minutes to finish one of these, and I feel like it's such a great, affordable self-finishing option. I hope this video was helpful to you.